Good morning, Muscatine. It is Deja Vu Friday at the Muscatine Today Show. Hope you guys are all staying warm. Hope the kids are enjoying a non-snow day. You know, yesterday my friend Tony out the magical no school text, Facebook post, email, phone call, everything. When I got it, I instantly sent him a thing, good old of our friend Thor, and that's what heroes do, because if they wouldn't have done that, I would have one cranky girl. So thank you to the Muscatine School District. I know we're going to go one more day, but that's okay. A couple quick headlines from discovermuscatine.com. The Wilton Fine Art is going to be premiering The Mousetrap from Agatha Christie. Check that out. The Art of Gardening is back. It's going to be March 18th. The Iowa State Extension, the Master Gardeners, whole bunch of folks will be putting that on. It's a day event, several sessions throughout the day. You can get signed up. We did, unfortunately, yesterday, and we haven't had a chance to really talk about this, but Muscatine did lose one of its biggest stars, Carol Steinmetz, in the last week. So our thoughts and prayers go out to her family. And in that same vein, the Art Center is going to be opening up 2 new exhibits. Melanie Alexander was actually going to yesterday, but obviously we canceled the show, so we're going to reschedule her in so you guys can find out what's going on there. And then one of the last cool things to kind of know that happened to somebody from Muscatine, or somebody did, I guess I should really say. Amy Clove completed the World Marathon Challenge, and Margaret was able to interview her. We've got a great article up online now on that, so take a second, check that out. And that sort of leads us into, think of running as like a summer thing, and we had this little preview into spring over the last couple days, and then it dumped on us again. But I've got someone here today who is nothing but summer sunshine, and we're going to talk about the Muscatine Girls Softball Association. Spring's coming, rights are almost here. So we have Brittany Smith, she's the president of MGSA, to kind of talk about what's going to be going on like now, because now is the time to get signed up for summer. Even though we just got like 6 million pounds of snow out there, now is the time to get ready. So Brittany, welcome. First, it's your first time on the show.
Yes,
right?
Thank you for having me.
So tell everybody a little bit about you first. Like, I know this totally blew, she didn't know this was coming. So how did you end up with MGSA? Well, actually, first, tell people what MGSA is. Because most people know that this is a softball town. A lot of them probably don't know how that all actually happens. So give them a quick overview of what MGSA is.
So Muscatine Girls Softball Association is a local youth league of softball that we have here in town. We have kids from 6 all the way through 8 who come and play. It's a very laid-back league. We only meet twice a week, an hour and a half, and all of our games are local. They're played all here at Kent Stein. So a little bit about myself. So I have 3 daughters, all who play softball. We have a pitcher, catcher in the family. They started playing actually back in 2019. They were actually a little late getting. I know a lot of kids like to get in, or parents like to see them get in at starter league. My girls played in junior and Bantam Plus league, and they have absolutely loved it. They played the last 4 years, I want to say, the 5th year. Year after year, I've steadily stepped in a little bit into the MGSA. First year, I was just a parent and spectator. Second year, I was an assistant coach and transition coach. For the last couple of years, I was head coaching. I did Phelps and then also Extreme Pro Wash. Last year, I stepped into being on the board. I was the vice president, and this year I stepped into being the president. So,
and it's been a fun ride. Like, so I don't know, what was it? Maybe 3 or 4 months ago now. Maybe stopped in the office and said, "Hey, we're Muscatine Girls Softball. we want to grow. And so we sat there, I don't know, maybe like 2 hours. Because again, I know it's a softball town, and I know there was, back when I was young, this is what you would have city league ball. And but I never knew how it all actually happened and stuff. So we kind of went through all that and went through like where you guys have been the last couple of years, where you're headed, and how to get more people involved. So it was a fun learning experience for me because, I've lived here my whole life. I know softball, but I guess I never really knew how it all happened. So what's really is I do like you guys are pretty flexible when it comes to like the girls' ages. Well, you're not flexible with their ages. Obviously, they don't get to change their age. But so there's the 4 levels, but the girls can play up if they feel like that's appropriate for them. You are able to try out so that you guys can kind of keep the teams balanced and things. So that's really cool. And what I really like about it is the amount of local involvement that you have. It's volunteer run. It's all sponsored, and it's essentially paid by sponsors, and the girls' families do pay for the girls to participate, and but it's like
very low.
It's very, what is it, like
65?
Yeah, it's $65 for a season softball, and they get a jersey that they get
That's
to keep.
Actually
yeah, I know. That's
yes.
why I let into So they've got some new stuff coming, and this is one of them. So what does softball sign up and registration look like? What does the whole process look like? What do they need to know?
So sign-ups started this month. They go into February 28th. We have 3 weekends of in-person sign-ups down at the Rose Bowl. And then this year, another new fun feature is that we're actually taking registrations online on our new website.
Chris, if you could bring that up and put it on screen there with us, that'd be pretty awesome. Should be able to write down there. So we're going to see my first attempt at like green screen. Hopefully I pointed to it correctly.
So the registration process is very easy. It's a very short application. And then next step would be, so not every child would have to try out. If they've previously been in the same league and on the same team, they will continue that league and on that same team. But those who are moving up or who are interested in playing up, they would go to tryouts. That's also pretty short. It's nothing too extensive, only about an hour long per division. It gives the kids a chance to come in, catch a few fly balls, get a couple grounders, bat a few times, and it just allows the coaches to assess where the skill levels are at with each kid.
Because that leads into the draft,
yes.
Correct? So the draft is obviously after tryouts. I assume it's kind of like a round robin-y sort of.
Kind of.
Yeah. So basically, they can kind of balance the teams out and kind of do that sort of thing. Where will tryouts be this year? This is kind of cool.
Tryouts are going to be at the lab, the old JCPenney's at the mall.
Yep. With the high school's been using it for baseball, softball. A lot of the teams have been using it. Great organization out. Tons of support from. I can't even remember. I mean, I know the Howe Foundation, or the Howe's, HNI. I'm going to slaughter it, but I know you can go to their website, who all sponsored them. But another great resources that's new in the last year or two, you guys are able to use too. So that's pretty awesome. For the team names, this is something kind of cool. There's the 4 leagues. The youngest Bantam League.
Starter league.
Pardon me, starter. Yes, you'd think I know this after building the. So the starter league. What are the teams in the starter league?
So last year, they were all sponsored.
Yep.
So there was the Orange Owls, the Panthers, Red Devils, and Purple Dragons.
Yeah. So they get to have fun. And how old is the starter? How old are the girls?
6 and 7 years old.
So kindergarten, first grade?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so then they go up to Bantam. See, there we go. I'm going to get there. And then it's junior and senior. I got this. So in Bantam, then they move to sponsored teams. So like, if you've got a business out there and you're in and you haven't sponsored a team, give her a call. It's a great thing to do. So who are your team sponsors this year that'll have their names on the jersey, fun cool stuff.
This year?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Extreme Pro Wash. Of course, you're going to ask me on the spot.
On the spot. We'll get a all out too. But,
yes. Berlin's Superior
Tax.
Awards, Ultimate Tax, Fast Cash, Plaza Storage.
That whole Steel group. Thank you, Mike Steele.
Yes. And then Suntan City, Park Ave Laundry, Premier Jewelry and Loan.
A ton.
Yes,
a ton.
yes. We're
like
up to 15, 16 right now.
15,
so.
And how many do you need? Like, how many teams will you have, do you think?
So we are hoping to see over 20 teams this year, and we are hoping to see some team title sponsors step in Starter League as well.
Oh, cool. So again, step up, everybody. And the cool thing, you don't, depending on what your budgets are and stuff like that as a business, you don't have to do a full team sponsor. There's actually like, you can sponsor a girl, which is like a $65 thing. Tons of cool stuff like that. So you can go to the website, you can see all that information. You can reach out to Brittany. It's mgsa52761@yahoo.com. Almost like I've sent emails there a couple of times. Kind of know what it is. So registration is going on now. You can do it on the website. You roll, it's tomorrow and Sunday, right? Because you did the first sign up. Somebody decided the first sign up weekend should be like Super Bowl. It's kind of slow. Not sure why the Sunday sign up was slow last week, but so this Saturday and Sunday at the Rose Bowl, and then next Saturday and Sunday at the Rose Bowl.
Correct.
And then when do games start for the girls?
So games will start in May. Practices will start early, first week of April, and doing it'll be total weeks of practices, and then we'll transition into games.
Gotcha.
And go all the way through the end of June.
So guys, think about this. So we're at February 7th. It doesn't feel like it. In like 6 weeks, we got softball. Like legit outside. It doesn't feel like it today. I think it was 7 degrees when I left the Y this morning. I was not feeling that, but it is what it is. It's Iowa in February, right? So the girls, when you sign up, the full magical information gets contact information for like up to 4 parents, be able to contact that way. It gets the medical stuff, but every girl that signs up gets to play, right?
Yes.
There's no cutting, there's no anything else. So it's a great way to, have that threshold for a girl that maybe, wants to play, doesn't know, or maybe feels like they're behind. This is where they can go and enjoy and learn the game, positive environment, and then take it from there. So what is your favorite thing that's happened on the field while you've been around MGSA?
So this might sound a little silly. It was actually a practice that I held 2 years ago, I want to say. The weather was not great. It was a little drizzly. The diamonds weren't closed though. There were several practices that were canceled, but the kids wanted to get out and have some fun, so we still went out and we practiced. I had to change every bit of the practice that we had going, and we kind of played a game. We practiced grounding the ball and practiced a soft toss, which is essential during game play. We had 2 buckets set up for the kids to soft toss into. They had to charge the ball to get the water and then soft toss it into. If they made it into the first bucket, they could make one of their teammates run a lap. If they made it into the other bucket, they made a coach run a lap.
Nice.
It was a blast. Thankfully, I only had 2 laps to run.
See, what's funny, you go with the positive reward thing. After this, I'm going to be taking my son to his last basketball practice, and they do a thing where they practice free throws, and if the offensive team gets the rebound, the defensive team has to do push-ups. So it's more of a negative reinforcement, but whatever works, right? So we've gotten up through, still the younger girls, but you guys actually go all the way up to 18, right?
Correct.
So they can go like all the way through high school. They can still be playing softball, even if it's not like at the high school program. And how many do you have? Well, I guess how many girls overall do you have? And then, you know, how many are in those upper divisions?
So last year we had a little under 250 girls throughout the entire league. The senior league was made up of 3 teams with an average of 11 players on each team.
So they all got a lot of playing time. And that's,
yes.
So about how many girls are on each team?
It's an average of 11. The teams vary. It just kind of depends. Right. They have to have a minimum of at least 10. And I've seen a maximum of up to 13 and 14 girls.
So that's, you know, the nice thing about that is, you guys, this is going to sound silly, you guys play 9 or 10 in the field?
Depends on the league.
Right.
So starter and...
And then apparently?
Starter and league have extra field because they have 4 outfielders.
Right, yep, so they've got the 10th. So either way, I mean, you've got 10 girls on the diamond all time, and if you've got 11, I mean, everybody's getting time, which is fun. That's how kids enjoy it, right?
It's actually in our rules that every child will play 2 innings every day.
Yep, and that's when I was young. We used to do this thing where I would play the first 2, sit the second 2, and then play the last 2. I don't, Randy Lear thing. He also was the one that would like make from the foul line. This is a great, by the way. If you guys don't do this, you should. Shout out Randy Lear. Harold Blake, RIP. We would stand on the line, like right field, run towards center field, dead sprint, and all of a sudden he would just lob a ball all the way up. You'd yell up, and you had to turn around like either mantle it or something like that. And it's a great drill for like perception and everything else. But the times that you get hit on the head, or that makes for a little entertaining little noggin knocker. But. So, is there anything people should know about MGSA? Is there anything else you want them to know? Anything else? I mean, other than obviously go sign your girls up. I mean, that's a no-brainer. Other than that, is there anything they can do to help? Is there anything, can they come down and just if they want?
Oh yes, of course, of course. We welcome the entire community, well, and surrounding.
How far out can you play from? Like,
there's no limitations.
Gotcha.
As long as you're willing to make the drive. I was very fortunate to have a young lady on my team. It was fall ball a couple years ago. She was actually driving over an hour to come and play.
Wow. That's awesome. It's also crazy. As long as they're having fun.
She enjoyed it. I think there was something going on the schools that they decided not to have softball that year, so she just wanted to take advantage of a league that was open to play.
That's awesome. So again, recap real quick. MGSA, your girls 6 through 18 registered. Tomorrow, Sunday, down at the Rose Bowl. Next Saturday, Sunday through. What time are they?
Saturdays 3 to 7, Sundays 1 to 5, and then we're also hosting another in-person sign. Will be on the 22nd, that's Wednesday, at Taco John's. Taco John's will actually be donating 20% of all their sales to the MGSA. Shout out to Taco John's.
Yeah, well, you know what? Remind me on that day, and we'll put a post out on Facebook to remind people to go.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, we can do that. So, you for some fun?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So we do this thing called What's in the Box.
Oh, yeah. That fun.
Yeah, that kind of fun. So here's what's going to happen. You get to stick hands in there.
Both hands?
In both hands, one in each side. When you do, just kind of pop the front open. It'll kind of just swing open.
Okay.
In there. And you get to try and guess what it is.
Oh, I play these games with my kids all the time. I put gross in there, though.
Yeah, and now you're doing it live on TV.
Oh, great. Okay.
And Facebook and YouTube and everywhere.
Fun. Okay, so you said pop the doors open?
Yep, pop the doors open.
Okay.
See if you can figure out what you got.
What that is. That's a cabbage.
It's a cabbage.
That's a
It's National Cabbage Day. That's weak. Oh, come on. You should have got like something we can like put in her face or something.
I was expecting something squishy.
Oh, man. Chris, you're letting me down, dude. You're letting me down. All right, well, thanks for hopping on. Is there anything else you want to make sure? I think we covered a lot of it.
I think so. Just help spread the word that the season's coming. And
Yep. So yeah, if you know a kid, grandparents, whatever, get on them, get them out there, get them. So thank you everybody for joining us. It's Friday, so you won't see us again until Monday. Enjoy your weekend, and we see you bright and early Monday morning. Have a good week.